Alright, all set. And 3, 2, 1, action! This is Cinematic Motif. Hello, I'm Wanson, the film critic and a content creator, and welcome back to Cinematic Motif, where I introduce you one Taiwanese film as a motif and explore other works of similar topic in cinema around the world. Alright, so welcome back to our show today. Today is another day that we have a motif. So I've always wanted to introduce you one of my favorite Taiwanese films. I think it's the directorial strategy is very westernized, but the whole theme and everything is so Taiwanese. So I want to talk about this film called Gu Wei, Little Big Women with You. And I think it would be a very proper idea to talk to you about this concept of women's braveries in movies. So, well, let's get started. Alright, so we all know that women sometimes can be a little bit, we talked about, the Women Make Waves Film Festival a few weeks ago. And I think sometimes women can be living under the patriarchal structure of our society, but also in a movie. So today, let's talk about some of the movies that reflects women's bravery in our society. First of all, as I said, it's the Taiwanese movie Gu Wei, Little Big Women. This is a 2020 Taiwanese drama film directed by Joseph Xu Chenjie, and it was premiered in October 2020 at the Busan International Film Festival in Korea, actually. And this film became a big box office hit in Taiwan. It basically because in that year, there weren't that much movies from abroad because of the pandemic. So this film really grew so big back in the time. This film talks about Lin Xiu Ying. I'm actually speaking Taiwanese. Xiu Ying, who is a well-known restaurant owner in Tainan. And without the support of her husband, she single-handedly raised 3 daughters by selling shrimp rolls at the roadside store. And basically, she has 3 daughters. First of all, Ah Qing, who is an international dancer, and Ah Yu, who works as a surgeon in Taipei, and finally the youngest daughter Jia Jia to oversee the restaurant business with Xu Ying back in Tainan. And on the day of her 17th birthday, Xu Ying, she receives the news that her husband has passed away. But this husband is actually someone that Xu Ying hasn't contacted for quite a long time. That is because that her husband kind of left the family a few years ago, I would say. And she then finds out that her husband actually has we call 小三 another woman that he likes so much, another woman that he gets along with in the later half of his life. So basically, what I love the most about this movie is that it is depicting how a woman is standing strong even at the start of the movie. As we can see at the start of the movie, we see that at the start of the movie there is a really long cut of actions, of camera movements. We see that Xu Ying goes to the market to buy the seafood that she's going to cook in the restaurant. She chats with people, she chats with the boss, and then we gradually know who Xu Ying is. We gradually understand her identity through conversations and this very long cut. That is a very westernized strategy, I would say, but very useful and very cool. I love it so much. Actually, I would say some Taiwanese new cinema directors also use this kind of strategy. So great job, Joseph Xu. Your directorial style really matches some of the greatest here in Taiwan. And the second thing is also about the camera's movement. So camera's movement is telling us how strong the woman Xu Ying is. And also, the camera movement is also telling us about the family relationship, the complicated family relationship in this movie, as we can see during the birthday feast of Xu Ying. The cut is also very long, and we see camera moving from one side to the other side, moving from one person to the other person, basically to let us know about the relationship. And that is very Taiwanese, I would say, the very Taiwanese big family tradition and the sort of complex family relationships. Some people are just, they're not really good about saying something good thing to you. And also, what's most interesting about this movie is that it talks about how Taiwanese people, us, we say goodbye to the dads. The dad, which means Xu Ying's husband. But at the same time, it adds a very feminine element to this movie. Because in the end, we see 5 women grappling with patriarchy. 5 women thinking about lots of things, discussing lots of things simply for one father. We see Xu Ying and the Xiao San, the other woman that the husband likes, and then the 3 daughters. They're all talking about the father, this father figure, patriarchal figure. But I think at the end of the movie, we can see that the biggest woman, Xu Ying, she's letting go. She's letting go, and that letting go is probably what we can, or women can, free themselves from the patriarchal society. Free themselves from patriarchy. Why should we use these traditional values to restrict ourselves, to make us to think and do this much things? I think that is a reflection that we can think about while watching the movie. And now I'm playing you the theme tune of the movie, which is called Parang E, The Others by Xu Ruoxuan here on Radio Taiwan International. We'll be right back on Cinematic Motif. Parang E by Xu Ruoxuan, which is the theme tune of the movie Little Big Women. Gu Wei, a Taiwanese movie. That is our motif today, because today on Cinematic Motif we're going to talk about movies related to women's bravery. Alright, so the second movie that I'm going to talk to you about today is called It Ends With Us. or 到我们为止 in Mandarin Chinese. This is a 2024 American romantic drama film. Very, very new actually. I just watched it in August this year. It's directed by Justin Baldoni, based on a 2016 novel by Colin Hoover. Also, the novel is also named It Ends With Us. It's a bestseller, I would say. And basically, this film stars Blake Lively alongside Baldoni, Brandon Skletner, Jenny Slate, and Hassan Minhaj. This movie talks about this woman called Lily Bloom. She overcomes traumatic childhood and basically a childhood about that involves a sort of domestic abuse, but not abuse her, but abuse her mother and from her father. Actually, so she's now living in Boston, chasing a lifelong dream of opening her own business, a flower shop, and then she met a charming neurosurgeon, Ryle Kincaid, and then she sparks an interest to this man, and then later on they get married. But gradually, Lily begins to see sides of Ryle that remind her of her parents' relationship. A sort of domestic abuse kind of come back again. So that is the question that Lily is facing in this movie. Can she, be strong and be brave and to leave this relationship? I think what I love the most about the movie is that the plot is so good. The pace of the plot is so good. So at the start of the movie, as we can, see and predict from the synopsis, there can be some domestic abuses. And in the story, we can see that gradually, Rao is sometimes losing the control of his temper and then doing something, maybe pushing Lily, maybe accidentally hurting Lily. But the question that we as audience, and at the same time also Lily, the character in the movie, we are all asking these questions. Are these simply incidents, or are these actually domestic abuse? Because most of the time we cannot believe that this domestic abuse thing is happening to us. So gradually, we with Lily, we are trying to finding out with the audience, of course, trying to find out if these incidents are just accident or actually domestic abuse. And the second thing I love the most about this movie, so first of all, it really resonates with, I think, a lot of the stories that we heard in our society. And secondly is that there is a very, very nice contrast between daughter and mother. So Lily is the one that is suffering from domestic abuse again right now. So if Lily has to, because Lily's mother didn't do anything to resolve the circumstances that she was suffering from, and she didn't act to protect herself. She didn't act to leave the man. But Lily here wants to do something different. Maybe Lily can have a different life. Lily can have a different life from her mother. She can do something different. And I think that is a very, very important idea in the movie. Generationally, we can do things differently. And finally, my favorite part about this movie is that this movie didn't make Ryle, the husband, a very bad guy. At the end of the movie, we can still see that Ryle says sorry, Ryle is trying to compensate everything, but Lily is very brave. Lily says, you need to seek help. You need to find out why your temper is like this. So Ryle is not completely a bad person. I think in our very complicated society today, good person can make mistake as well. And everyone can have some sort of things that they need to improve and some things that they need to go through. And I think this setting of this movie really, really resonates with this idea. So for now, I'm going to play you the theme tune of this movie. It Ends With Us. It's from Louis Capaldi. The song is called Love the Hell Out of You.
You got your demons, spent seasons on the dark side of the moon. Don't try denying, 'cause you know that I've been there too. Right now I know how it feels like the world's gonna end, but I'll get you through. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna love techniques for my grounding when I had lost it a little too far from the middle to find some solace from all this exhaustion and monsters of mine. So you better know that I bring you home. I'm gonna love the head out of you, take all the pain that you're going through, and I'll bring you heaven if that's what you need. I'm gonna love the hell out of you, take all the pain that you're going through, and I'll bring you heaven if that's what you need, 'cause you've always loved the hell out of me. You've always loved the hell out of me.
I love Louis Capaldi's voice so much. This track is from the movie It Ends With Us. This song is called Love the Hell Out of You on Radio Taiwan International. You're listening to Cinematic Motif. Alright, so the final movie that we're going to talk about today about women's bravery is a Finnish movie, actually. Finnish. I don't mean it's finished, but Finnish. A film from Finland. So this movie is called Helene. It's a 2020 biographical drama about groundbreaking Finnish painter Helene Sjöfback. So the film is set in 1915. Helene Sjöfback is a forgotten artist living in the countryside with her early mother. And basically, Helene has continued to paint only for her own passion because no one was buying her painting. But then, no one is buying her painting. But then, everything changes when an art dealer discovers Helene and her 159 amazing paintings and wants to organize a large solo exhibition for her. This man is called Einar Reuters. Einar is a forester and passionate admirer of Helene and her art, and he becomes Helene's he becomes Helene's partner, I would say. Partner businessly and also partner romantically. Basically, Helene loves Einar, but Einar does not love Helene back that much. So, basically, the whole film is inspired by the true events of how this female artist trying to break the frame and trying to make her own voice and then to live in this patriarchal society back in the early 20th century. So what I love the most about this movie, first of all, is that we can see the patriarchy in this movie. Even the family member, i.e., in other words, the mom in this movie is also replicating the patriarchy. The mom is someone that always tells Helene to, leave the meat for the man. When you're eating food, you should leave the meat to the man. And then she's even asking Helene to do all the chores because women should do the chores. I think it's a generational tragedy, I would say. But anyway, I think as we can hear from the music, the film score of this movie, the motif of the film score is a little bit sad, but we can hear that it's trying to go up a little bit. It's a bit sad, but it's also trying to fight back, but unable to achieve that at last. I think that is exactly what is happening in the earlier 20th century on Helene Sjöfback. But I think I love the most about this movie is still the end of the movie. At the end of the movie, Helene should let go things, let things go. Helene should, let go of the man, let go of these things. I think that is what makes her different. I mean, she can break the barrier. She can do what, assumably, a female artist couldn't do at the start of the 20th century. Maybe the male artists are prevalent in the society back in the time, but anyway, Helene is doing something great. And all these things is because of the oppression on Helene that makes her different, makes these beautiful artworks happen. It's the persistent, the bravery of Helene that is so touching in this movie. Letting go of the man. Express yourself. I think that is a very important message in not just this movie, but all these movies telling us to be brave, including women.
Down the river too far.
Alright, so I hope you enjoy these movies, Helene, and of course it ends with us and Little Big Women, Gu Wei from Taiwan. And that's all for our show today. As always, if you've got any requests or feedback, send your email to wanson@rti.org.tw. You can also follow me on my Instagram and YouTube. My handle is @wansonscfe. This has been Cinematic Motif. Thank you for tuning in. Final song for you today is Pink and What About Us, giving you the bravery that you need. I'm back next week. Bye bye.
What about trust? What about us? We are problems that want to be solved. We are children that need to be loved. We were willing, we came when you called, but man, you fooled us. Enough is enough. What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer? What about us? What about all the broken happy ever afters? Oh, what about us? What about all the plans that ended in disaster? Oh, what about love? What about trust? What about be ready.